what's going on, guys? It's your boy FailWhale34. Today we are checking out Stargate SG-1. This one is season number 9, episode number 12. Last time in the series we had the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. Things are really starting to change in the larger narrative with regards to the Jaffa. Heavy emphasis on the J with regards to the Ori hierarchy, how they operate. So let's just dive right into it. So as always, guys, don't forget to smack the like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and with that being said, let's dive right into it. Oh wow, this is Vancouver? What is this? We got some stutter. We're going avant-garde over here. I'm pretty sure I saw an SG badge. I think I see abuse. It's not Daniel, is it? Cameron? We got a little mind wipe.
What the hell's going on?
Oh, I am loving this.
Yeah. What happened?
Bring it.
Yo, A24, hello? I think he caught a body.
Colonel Mitchell, I'm placing you under arrest for the murder of Dr. Ray Averic.
Okay. You got a little murder mystery going on? What'd you do there, Mitch? Anyway, guys, cheers to another episode. Let's see where this goes. Is it, was he possessed by some sort of virus? A pathogen? Has he been a sleeper agent all along? This one's called, 24 hour, oh, that's not what it's called. Collateral damage.
I wasn't expecting anyone.
I apologize for coming so late.
You've chosen a new leader for the project.
Yes, we have.
That's an obnoxiously large wine glass. So
Is vulnerable, Doctor.
what's the angle here?
The project may be our only hope for survival.
How do you feel?
Oh, is this a simulation?
That's just weird.
What you experienced was my memory.
It's amazing.
Oh, believe me, Dr. Jackson, this is just the beginning.
Interesting.
We're still perfecting the process. But we believe, eventually, the device will become an invaluable educational tool.
You adapted this technology from a go-old memory device.
That's correct.
So yeah, it seems like a spin-off
You know what
or
we're asking,
advancement from things we've
where'd you
seen.
get your hands on one? This planet of the
Whoa.
Asgard for many generations, but it
Something sketchy going on here. They're hiding something.
What?
If they succeed, it could artificially accelerate their technological advancement.
I think that's the point.
I'm saying it could be dangerous.
For
We're
sure.
hardly-
The Asgard are busy rebuilding, which means they haven't been around to do much protecting. The Galerans feel like they need to play catch-up.
In all likelihood,
That's a fair point.
Well, right now they have no interstellar capability except for the gate itself. They've been working on hyperdrive technology, but without much success.
We just got it.
The Joint Chiefs are already salivating over the idea of training jet pilots in a matter of days. We need to set up another meeting.
We've already been invited back for a reception in honor of the scientists who developed the implant technology.
I'm hoping they'll be dancing.
All right, let's see where this goes. I mean, if you have that level of technology, man, if that's widespread, imagine a lot of people would
Check that out. Even on an
use that
alien
for
world,
other
we're
purposes.
You know how it is with scientists. We spend so much time in the lab. I think that's where we feel most comfortable.
In your case, I find that hard to believe.
We're talking about your memory here. It's fundamental to your identity. If you can't trust it, you're lost.
your memory is already less objective than you think it is, Dr. Jackson.
Yeah, but there's a difference between getting a license plate number wrong and not knowing if the 4 years you spent in college ever actually happened.
Yes, but that would never be the case.
So long as the technology is not abused.
Well,
Exactly.
that's a risk with all.
Rhea?
Dr. Morale, this is Lieutenant Colonel Mitchell.
We have to talk.
Everyone's just on edge on this planet, you know?
I don't think diplomacy is my thing.
Oh, that's what you're doing.
What?
Nothing.
Well, shut the fuck up, Daniel. Coming from you, relax, buddy. That's you every time you meet somebody.
Rhea, wait.
Why wasn't I informed of this?
Excuse me.
She's been slighted.
We've been very impressed with your progress. We thought it was time to take your research to its next level. You should take this as a compliment.
You gave me your personal assurance this project would remain under civilian control.
Personal assurance.
The
Lol.
military is- You're overreacting, and in any case, this is hardly the place to discuss it.
This conversation isn't over.
Telling her how to feel, saying she's overreacting. Oh my goodness.
Freya, wait up. What was all that about?
They're going to take the project away from me,
Why would they do that? You're the one that figured it out.
which means they no longer need me. Why am I telling you this? You're a military officer yourself. If you get your hands on the device, the same thing will happen on your planet.
I might be able to help you out.
What do you mean?
Well, obviously, your government is keen on forming a relationship with mine.
You'd use your influence to help me.
I could try.
Maybe you could do me a favor and walk me home? It's not far, but I don't like to walk alone at night. Don't they have crime on your planet?
Oh, yeah.
Hey, yo. This might be the cleanest looking, close to modern day planet we've seen.
Oh, wow.
Like they got the Alexas and shit.
That's just weird. I mean, I know I've never been here before, but I recognize this place.
Well, those are some pretty cool bottles. Oh, there it is.
Do all government scientists live like this?
The success of the project has brought me a few privileges. Most of my colleagues from my days at the academy don't live nearly so well.
Well, I'm sure you deserve it. So, you live here on your own?
Why do you ask?
That's a big place.
Holy
I
smokes.
noticed.
I thought that was your clever way of asking if I was married.
I'm not that clever.
I was married for a while, but the job got in the way.
Not that much I understand.
This is really nice. This is Mitchell's world and we're all just living in it, you know?
We shouldn't do this.
You wouldn't have come here if you didn't want to.
Bro, there was no stuttering in the escalation of this relationship. We went from can I take you on a walk to sipping and lip locking in 2 scenes. I guess my man's is smooth. Well, actually, to be honest, she was kind of leading that.
Theory, what's going on? Where's Colonel Mitchell?
He's been taken into custody. He killed Dr. Varick.
What?
That's insane.
We all know they left the reception together.
That's hardly evidence.
We also found her blood on his hands. But most importantly, he confessed.
Cam, what happened?
I don't know. I mean, the whole night is just a blur. I just remember feeling this insane anger. I don't know why. I picked up this statue and I hit her with it.
Oh my god. Daniel was looking like, oh, fuck. He's like, I was really hoping this was going to turn into a lawyer episode again. You know? He's like, but you just confessed, Doc. I can't do anything. That's what I got from his face. He's like, this nigga confessed. Oh my god.
It wasn't you. These people can implant memories.
I've been
Yeah.
trying to tell myself the same thing all morning. It doesn't stop me from still seeing her face.
Would like to speak.
Getting into some juicy sci-fi topics
We need
here.
to talk about the...
Colonel Mitchell is free to return to Earth.
I'm what?
I'm trying to convince the cabinet to maintain your diplomatic status.
Why are they letting me go?
They believe it is in the best interests of interplanetary relations
Negotiations.
to put this difficult business behind us.
You just murdered somebody. What?
Let's be realistic here.
They're just getting rid of her.
Very few people have access to the memory device. Even fewer have the skills to manipulate it in this manner.
I should be grateful to walk away and have this memory stuck in my head for the rest of my life.
We can have the incident removed from your mind and replace it with a memory of a pleasant, uneventful evening.
That's so sketchy.
Precisely.
He definitely did that shit, Doc. Come
If
on.
you insist, if the evidence continues to point to your guilt, you will be subject to the full force of our laws, and the penalty for murder is death.
We have no idea how their legal system works. We don't know what kind of rights...
Sam, I need to do this.
Yeah, we know the type
What
of.
really happened.
Yeah, we've had enough episodes to know the type of dude he is.
But look at it from his point of view. No matter what we say, he's still gonna have the memory of murdering that woman with his own hands.
Yes,
You said the image.
Sir, I've already spoken to Dr. Morrell. He says they can use the implant technology to determine if the memory's genuine or not. In the meantime, Teal'c and Daniel have been granted access to all the material relevant to the investigation.
Ew, this is so dicey. That's why I'm kind of sketchy on the Neuralink stuff, right? Also, Rory, hello from Doctor Who. Kind of looks like him.
Oh, if there's anything else you
He definitely did that shit too.
As a matter of fact, there is. I understand a sample of Colonel Mitchell's blood was taken when he was arrested. We'd like a portion of that sample sent back to Stargate Command. Just to corroborate your results, of course.
I'll see to it.
You fellas sure you want to be left alone with me?
Dr. Verrick was our colleague. If we thought for 1 minute you actually killed her, we wouldn't be helping you.
Then who do you think did kill her?
Horea was going to do everything she could to oppose the militarization of the project, so they got rid of her.
They assumed that you claimed diplomatic immunity and therefore no prosecution would be necessary. Whole thing was to be swept under the carpet.
They assumed wrong.
Brain activity is extremely fluid. We can't read a memory like opening a drawer and pulling out a file. We need to establish a baseline. What I've done is identify a series of key memories from your childhood. These are seminal moments.
We're diving deep into Mitch.
You all right?
Yeah, it's just weird. I'm in the VA hospital where they brought my father right after his accident.
He was a test pilot, right?
Yeah.
Aww.
It's the first time I saw him after the crash. Scared the hell out of me to see him like that.
We're moving into a related memory now.
Oh boy, here we go.
We're watching the launch of the first space shuttle. I can't be much more than 10 years old.
Space planes. I tell you what, if they can pull that off, the least I can do is walk again, right?
So what's next?
With this data, we should be able to precisely calibrate the equipment.
We'll need to run through your memories of the murder. We may have to do it several times.
Oh my god, this guy escaped the Aurora chair once. He gotta run that back.
This data file was supposed to contain all materials relevant to the murder investigation, but large sections of Dr. Verrick's personal records have been deleted.
The deletions were made in the interest of national security. But I'm sure there's nothing in the missing material that has any bearing on the investigation.
How are we to be certain?
Because I'm telling you.
Trust me, Doc. Trust me. I really enjoy the way that they're depicting memories. Because it's so different from person to person. Like, are your memories in color? Are they in first person? Are they in third person? Do you have consistent themes or abilities?
So far, we can't find any evidence of them.
Actually, funny fact, I would love to hear what you guys have. If you have any personal experiences with you, any cool like tidbits about your personal memories. I'll give you two of my own. One is for a long time when I was growing up, I had this thing where in any dream, doesn't matter what it was, I'll be able to, like, whenever something bad happened, like I fall or like I get stabbed or some shit, I'll be able to revert the memory, like sort of just like go back in time. And that was in any of my dreams. It was weird. And then nowadays, I always have like a weird like Spider-Man web, but it's not a web. It's like a steel wire, and I can use it to like swing around. It's so odd and random, but I don't know why. I didn't choose it. It just happens. And I also don't have any nightmares anymore. So that's what's going on with my dreams. Anyway, continue.
Dr. Morrell, you have to continue with the analysis. Please. You know he didn't do this.
That's not what the machine says.
I know Dr. Verrick was your friend.
She was more than that, Colonel.
My fiance?
My wife.
Ooh. My boy!
She wanted to see the results of the analysis of Colonel Mitchell's blood sample.
Anything useful?
When the sample was taken, Colonel Mitchell had been recently either stunned or rendered unconscious by some kind of electrical charge.
Oh, he was having a rough day.
This is hardly proof. I'll admit, it's enough to suggest to them that the investigation should continue. But Dr. Morrell has expressed reluctance to help you any further.
I'm sorry about Rayo. She told me she'd been married. She didn't tell me it was you.
Even if I wanted to help you, there's nothing more I can do.
Why not?
Either the memory is genuine or the transfer was so expertly done that the ordinary methods of detecting it are useless.
Well, the only way would be to compare what happened the other night with a genuine memory of similar content and emotional resonance. We're out of options.
I don't know.
I may have what you need.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, like he's out here. We know what his job is.
What are we looking at?
Oh, they're prepping us with the
pattern of this memory is very similar to
with
that
the
of Dr. Ver's
soundtrack.
murder.
Here we go. What did you do?
Mustang leader, this is Mustang 3. I have tally 3 vehicle convoy, just like the man said.
Copy that, 3. We're still trying to confirm that the target is in the convoy.
AAA on my 3, braking left.
Repeat, you are cleared hot.
Are you sure about this?
That's affirmative. Bump up to 1500 for reacquisition.
Dog, imagine being told that that's a target and it's not. That would fuck me up.
Weapon is armed. On the way.
Mustang 3, aboard.
What? No.
We've lost confirmation on the target.
You gotta be kidding me.
Can you confirm hit?
Stand by.
You can't shoot it, nothing? Oh, they're gone.
We were relying on local Allied intelligence. Obviously, someone dropped the ball.
Who's the target?
Don't do this to yourself.
That's so rough.
Who's in the convoy, sir?
As far as we know, it was a group of refugees.
Oh.
This wasn't your fault.
That doesn't change the fact that I have to live with it for the rest of my life.
Please tell me you got what you need.
We're analyzing the results now. Just give us a few moments.
That's terrible. That's at least half a dozen people right there.
You okay?
Fuck.
No.
It worked. The new data indicates that the memory of Rhea's murder was implanted.
Hang on a second. We may have proved that I didn't kill her, but we're not finished, not by a long shot.
Yeah, you gotta finish. Commit to that one, man. Man, Ben is such a great actor, man. Oh.
Because we know the memory was implanted, we can expect to find anomalies.
Okay, there's no way that he helped them find it and it's him, so it's gotta be
Missing time.
that leader from earlier.
Typically, they center on the splice points, where the memory starts and stops.
The problem is they can often be difficult to detect.
Alright, we're plugged back into the game.
I must say, I'm relieved. A trial could have been extremely detrimental to relations between our worlds. I'm sure he'd like to return to Earth as soon as possible.
Actually, he's still in the lab. Colonel Mitchell believes that in an analysis.
Oh my god, the eye twitch, he said, oh shit.
But I won't allow it. We've already been more than generous.
Look, all we're asking for is a little more time.
The project is already behind schedule. Dr. Morell is the most qualified to lead the research now.
Oh, this guy would be terrible at poker. Oh my
His memories were
god.
manipulated to get an innocent woman was murdered. Now, I've only worked with the guy a short period of time, but I'm pretty sure he's not going to let this one go. When it comes time to decide if we want to pursue this relationship, his opinion's going to carry a lot of weight.
Alright, Mitch is gonna need some time off.
Let's keep going.
All right. There's nothing here.
There has to be. We'll find it.
Morel, I know she meant a lot to you, but how much longer can we put the poor man through this? We've been through this a dozen times, and splice points are indistinguishable.
I know, but I now realize that's because he was rendered unconscious before the procedure was begun. It's jumbled up in his mind.
All right, so what can we do about it?
Put him to bed.
Focus on the inconsistencies in the memory itself.
But what if there aren't any? How's he doing?
Not too good. Doesn't sound like you're making a lot of progress.
Morel's determined, but I don't know. The graft appears to be flawless.
Is it like the shape of the wine, one of the bottles or something?
What is it?
It's what we've been looking for. Colonel Mitchell, can you hear me?
Yeah.
I'm gonna activate it now. I want you to tell me what you see.
Alright, survey says.
I'm in the house. I'm walking down the hallway.
No, well, I've lost it. Go back.
Just a minute.
Stop.
Oh, is it the patch?
I see my reflection in the mirror. But the face is blurry. Can you clean it up?
I think so.
We got him. Oh, they took this dude's memory. That's crazy. That's crazy. It was the double unbubble double. Oh shit. Oh, bitch.
Are you sure?
It was Morell.
That's impossible. If he killed her, why would he be helping us? I mean, he wanted to reveal the identity of the murder more than anyone.
What if he doesn't know?
So is that possible?
Theoretically, yes.
This is insane. I loved her.
But she left you, didn't she? Then you saw me leave the party with her.
It's impossible.
If he really did erase his own memory, he would have had to replace it with something else. We can check for anomalies the same way we did with Colonel Mitchell.
Wow, that was a pretty good twist, I'm not gonna lie.
We found that he had 2 identical memories. One from the night of the murder and one from several nights before. Except no 2 memories are exactly the same. It's like signatures. As far as he knows, he was in bed sleeping the whole time.
He didn't just want to fool us, he wanted to fool himself. To get rid of the guilt.
Unless it was a joint operation with this dude.
I've erased the implants. You should no longer have the image of killing Dr. Varick in your mind, but all of your genuine memories should be intact.
Dr. Amaro. And you must be our visitors from Earth. Obviously, you've heard what happened to Rhea. To be honest, I still can't believe she's really gone.
What the hell is this?
He thinks she died in an accident. And he'll continue to think that.
Dude, what is reality for these people?
It was for the good of the project. And Dr. Varick would have understood that.
It's in my headcanon that that's the dude who did it. He was manipulating that whole entire thing.
I read your report. Not sure I've ever seen language like that used in an official Air Force document before. Colonel Carter told me what you had to do to prove your innocence. Something about reliving a difficult memory. She didn't know what it was all about. She hasn't read your service record like I have.
Damn.
When it happened, I almost resigned my commission.
I'm glad you didn't.
I understand how you feel. But leaving the Air Force won't change what happened. Won't make it feel any better. What else are you gonna do? Become an airline pilot? Fly the New York DC shuttle 5 times a day? Mow the lawn on Sundays? But you're just like me. Always looking to the horizon, always looking for something more.
Not that strong.
No, that's where you're wrong, kid. You just don't know it yet.
RP to Jeff. That was my reaction video to Stargate SG-1 season number 9, episode number 12 here. And I gotta say, this one was called Collateral Damage, and I was actually a particularly big fan of this for a few reasons. I think this might have been one of the more unique one-off episodes of the series for its execution, right? We go to a planet, we meet these people in search of technology, the sort of same shtick, but this time around it involved a revolutionary piece of technology that deals with manipulating with one's memory, implanting and removing and fabricating and such. And obviously we delved into that this episode. There's a lot of mishaps and abuse that can happen with that sort of a storyline. And I loved the tone and atmosphere of this episode off the jump here. Even in the way it was shot, it just felt I was watching some sort of a thriller or a film, a mystery film, unlike just a normal average SG-1 episode. So that alone made this one stand out to me. Not to mention the way that they were depicting the memories and kicking off this episode off on the high of the murder was a really fun jumping point to just get involved, not only in the technology, but Cameron's investment into this episode, right? Like knowing who he is in these past 12 episodes, the type of stand-up individual he is, right? You understand fully why he would want to commit to this, go through all the traumatic, reliving things of his past, which also I have to say was pretty effective in us just getting to know another side of this character. Right? We know he's pretty peppy, he's pretty funny, he's a jokester on the team, new kid on the block, but he's got some wounds, he's got some deeper some scars. We really dived into that this episode, which I enjoyed quite a bit, learning about his family's history, his relationship with his father, as well as what happened, you know, to those refugees was extremely heartbreaking to see, and tough to go through. So big fan of, I think, Ben this episode. I thought he really delivered on the performance elements. This society that we ran into were just so creepy, and just, is it just me, or did you also get the inclination that it wasn't just the ex-husband who did it? I almost feel like it was their leader who was the one pulling the strings by the end of it, and it's sort of left open-ended to an extent, because once it comes, like you said, once it comes to any sort of mind memory alter, maybe I'm wrong, I could be wrong, I felt as if it was meant to be left open-ended as to who really done it. He must be bad at poker, because the way he was sketchy and pivoting and moving through this entire episode as each new revelation happened, how much he wanted to sort of just amend the relationship or then sort of pivot, was too quick and too convenient. So I still think it was their leader who was really pulling the strings. But I think the climax, the reveal was pretty fun and entertaining, although I should have seen that in hindsight. So overall, I thought this was actually a pretty memorable one-off episode of Stargate SG-1, unless we come back to this technology. Had Ben at the forefront here, that had Cameron Mitchell at the forefront, that I quite enjoyed. I liked the team's supporting dynamic this role. They weren't really, this was really a Mitch-centric episode, right? They were just sort of in the back. Yeah, and I thought they delivered on making a, pun intended, memorable episode of SG-1 that had a very unique tone, atmosphere, but as well emotional chord, harking back on Mitchell's early tragedies in his career. Anyway, y'all, that was Stargate SG-1 season number 9, episode number 12, Collateral Damage. What did you think about this one, guys? I would love to hear your thoughts in the comment section down below, as well. Any funny or quirky things you guys got going on with your memories too, I'd love to hear that down below. But with that being said, guys, that was it for this one, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Love y'all.